definitely not slowing down. But Tom Brady, did you do this recently? He put together a 3-touchdown performance in the 41-17 win in the season finale over the Panthers. The crowd reacted by shouting MVP at the 7-time Super Bowl champ. And Bruce Arians, he's on board with that one.
I think if he doesn't get it, it's a travesty. I mean, most completions ever, 5,000 yards, touchdowns, the whole 9 yards. I mean, to me, it's not even a close race.
18 attempts against the Lions, finishing 6 short of Brady on the season. So, Keyshawn, all that being said, do you agree with Arians? It would be a travesty if Brady doesn't win MVP.
I mean, I get it. That's his guy and everything. I don't know that it would be a travesty at all. I think they both deserve it, but I think Aaron Rodgers, and hear me out here, I think Aaron Rodgers deserves it a little bit more. And I don't want to call it adversity because it's self-inflicting. Everything that went on in the offseason, everything that went on during the season, the whole COVID mess, the misleading, he did that to himself. But what I want to say is when you do things like that and you put this pound of pressure on your back, Charlie and Jeff, you now have to overcome that. Okay, you start off in a slow season against the New Orleans Saints, but since then, all you've been doing is hitting pay dirt on fire, constantly carrying your football team because the MVP means most valuable player. And that is exactly what he's been to the Green Bay Packers. Now, that's not to say that if Tom Brady had to miss some time that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wouldn't fall flat on their face. But I think most people would say if the Bucs are completely healthy and if Tom Brady missed some time, they may be able to figure it out from a defensive standpoint, running the football, having a Mike Evans there, a Gronkowski, when Chris Godwin was healthy, when AB was sane. All of those sort of things made the Buccaneers a much better football team. Aaron Rodgers, if he was off the Green Bay Packers, man, we're not even having a conversation right now about Green Bay.
Yeah, as we saw on Sunday.
We're probably talking about the damn Chicago Bears winning the game. I mean, winning the division or something. Just being honest.
All right, Key.
Yes.
I love you, man.
Yes.
You're wrong on this one in a big way. I'm not saying travesty. I'm not saying travesty either because Aaron Rodgers had a lights-out year. I'm not taking it away. But if you look at them statistically, they have about the same QBR. They have about the same efficiency rate.
Yes.
Tom Brady has thrown 174 more passes than Aaron Rodgers. He has 1,200 more yards. He has the most touchdowns. By the way, he has the number 2 ranked offense. Green Bay has the 10th. Green Bay has a better run game than Tampa has all season. Green Bay had a better defense this season statistically than Tampa Bay did as well. So the responsibility placed on Tom Brady is more than what was placed on Aaron Rodgers to have to win. He don't have Dillon. He don't have Jones. Fournette's been banged up. Half his receivers are in and out of the lineup all the time. He continues to find ways to win. Gronk was out for a while. Like, think about all the things. You talk about adversity and what he's had to go through. This is the constant. Tom Brady continues to show up week in and week out and produce and perform. And again, his team it requires more of him than what the Green Bay Packers require of Aaron Rodgers. Again, both
are
fantastic quarterbacks.
I mean, you just saw the numbers. How do you argue with those?
Are you serious, Jeff? You mentioned touchdown interception rate. You act like 37 touchdowns and 43 is that far off. One dude throws 4 interceptions, the other dude throws 12. I mean, like, because
he played the Saints. He played the Saints one time. Brady played them twice, and both of the Saints ate both them dudes up. So we can go ahead and throw some interceptions to really good defenses.
That's more about the Saints' defense. That's not about the quarterbacks. That's just the Saints' defense is really good.
But they took it from both those quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they ate both those quarterbacks up.
So are you telling me a healthy Tampa Bay Buccaneers team minus Tom Brady wouldn't be able to kind of float along?
They haven't been
versus
healthy.
A healthy Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers.
They have not been healthy. Mm-hmm. It's what has happened this season and what has been asked of Tom Brady as opposed to what's been asked of Aaron Rodgers.
You're acting like Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have been fully healthy too. They haven't. You know, their secondary was depleted. Okay? Their secondary was depleted. They were missing Randall Cobb for a minute there. I'm just saying. Aaron Jones missed some time.
So you don't think 1,200 yards and the second-ranked offense says anything about that Tom Brady has played slightly better than Aaron Rodgers?
I can't look at the total numbers on statistics and pick an MVP based on that because the situations is such that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is playing from behind a lot of the times, and Brady is throwing the football. It's not saying that they both don't deserve it, but he's pushing the ball down the field where...
That's my point. He's required to do that more.
That's what he's saying. If it wasn't for Brady, they wouldn't be winning these games.
No, Charlie, that's not true. I think they would win some games if Brady wasn't in there. Not all of them, but some because they still could run they still could have ran the football when they had Jones and they had Fournette. Okay, they still have a solid defense. The back end of the defense is not great.
And Jones from Green Bay would be better than what Tampa Tom has.
I don't know about that. Because if you go back and look at the who won the Indianapolis Colts game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Listen, you're talking about one game. Think about the entire. I'm talking about the season. You're talking yourself into Tom being the MVP.
No, I'm not. Because Leonard Fournette was the guy who carried them against Indy. My whole point is when you have game. But we can point to other games.
Was that the one game when Tom Brady had his thumb injury, though? Is that his words? Wasn't that when his thumb was injured?
No. Say it again?
He remember at one point in the season his thumb was injured and he ran the ball more than usual because his throwing thumb was not up to par.
Listen, I'm giving the MVP to Aaron Rodgers. I don't care what Jeff says.
That's it. That's the end of the argument.
You talked yourself into Tom Brady being it.
Well, you know what? Tom Brady certainly was the glue holding Tampa Bay together. But guys, real quickly, I want to know, who do you see advancing further in the playoffs? Do you think it'll be the Packers or do you think it'll be Tampa Bay?
I think it's going to be Green Bay.
Tampa Bay has the bye, of course. We have to take that into consideration. But
Green Bay has the bye. Take that in consideration.
Green Bay. I'm sorry.
I just look at it's different than a year ago when Tampa Bay went to Green Bay and won. Right? There wasn't a whole lot of fans. This time it'll be completely packed. It's just a different situation. Yeah. I don't think Matt LaFleur would take the football out of Aaron Rodgers' hands in the end. And it feels like an easier path for Green Bay. Just feels like an easier path.
Yeah, I agree with the path. I think it's Tampa Bay, though, for me. I picked them early in the season. The only caveat I will say is Fournette has to be back. They got to get JPP back. Some of the guys that are injured for the Buccaneers that may not even play this weekend against their first playoff opponent, they may have to have these guys to be able to really push. I still trust Tom Brady in these big moments, in these big games, but man, without Godwin and now AB, somebody's got to step up. Is it going to be Scotty Miller? Is it Evans? But Fournette is going to be the catalyst. Listen, this guy has averaged over 100 yards rushing per playoff game and a touchdown. That type of productivity's got to be back on the field for them to have any shot. But I think Tampa Bay's still the one if they get healthy.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's keep it moving. We have a whole lot more NFL to get to, as you can imagine. So here we go to a quick break. But first, a lot of teams had high hopes for this year.